gyajinlo zuge jola jawa jawa na sange sura rado ji dewe gi yoba de dan ji da be jun jin de je kanda ju ju dong ji de na de shi lombar je ba khan so da de de me chu gi cham nye bar de ba de dan de je la ye ge da lu dan de je ge ru mo da me ge da ro gu ni ra ge ji sa tham je ge do da ge ju de do ga ge de ro jong ga bo me ba ge me ba se ba me ba da me ba wa me ba ro me 다들 되면 주변이 시대 봐 조바상 게만 담보들라 찬자로 시제가로 여러분이 genze베 돈도 제내라 뭐 예외된 부분에서 그 이유는 뭐지라 찬자로 반대도 저를 그 조라마 그만 뭐 중국고 이전에 시제베 이담는 좀 맞으려고 이제 집으로 추좀 비전 내 주제 그변도 담에 도지 경원은 반대자라 말부지 나게 줄베네 그래 집에 보내 저zon데 고zon도 영어로 자도 다들이야 저 참로리야 가르사디 고 치료들이 쉬하다 접지도 아니 지난당 원주디 투목이 원주 시대다 düdürücü nimburuci da kiran solia şüsibe gizirudusre.
So good afternoon first, and then the four common preliminaries in a very short way kind of discussed already this morning.
Dine tümo mayın bir onru şisade. Elci gamrudan. Dorsem ki komdedan. Dağına singi medredan lamenenjo. Nabaşı yonde yare.
And the special preliminary, we have the refuge, the Vajrasattva practice, the Mandala practice, and Guru Yoga. These are the four special Hindu practices.
Yes, somebody had tumo may be sad. So get Ashurada. Tumo as soon as tumo and doya lambda. Just tumosan and rado. The Nibji imra. Tumo may be sedusane, tumo may be.
When we talk about common and uncommon or special preliminaries, to my mind, the common means which is common to the basic Buddhist practices like Shravakayana level and all the Buddhist kind of general practices. And when we say uncommon or the special practices, which is much more especially kind of connected with the Vajrayana practice, these are the differences of when we distinguish the common and special preliminaries.
라면에 저거 시야다 가서 지난 전에도 시유디다 투모 메인 병원도 시고라 시고야 있을 등에 투모기 원주 시디 거리야 다다나 디고르냐가 쉬브레 안다다 트로픽 좀디 시야데 라면에 저 인상 투모 메인 병원도 시나네 다 라면에 저디
So although we have to talk about all the four special preliminaries, but today I think the main topic is Guru Yoga, and I feel that we will talk about Guru Yoga, and that would be more or less enough for all the other preliminaries, the special preliminaries as well.
표현이야 지단의 표현 관심 표현이야 다 표현 관심이 좋아리야 지 가수라다 뒤를 다 개바 뒤를 뒤변 주서 대 개변 과서 근데 다 뒤를 뒤변 개변은 사람 들으면 다 뒤를 뒤변 개변에 남상게 비춰야 돼 표현이야 다른 거래
From 7th, 8th centuries onwards, the teachings of the Buddha came to Tibet, the land of Tibet.
벽에 남배 취해디 상하가 취지고 뭐이바 또나 급지 뒤산다지 갸가라기 다 티버 심비취 다나 신기 티버 튜모 산아장도 야나 가수라지 녀랑기 티베취 안티 돌려야지 상하 도시 티베 취해야 돼. 단도나 티버 숭기 가르쳐야지 냠내 영수 좋아버려. 니지다 별이야 다 타와이므레서.
The Tibetan Buddhism, or the Buddhism that came to Tibet, is not just Vajrayana. What the type of Buddhism that came to Tibet also includes all the teachings of the Mahayana school of Buddhism, and also the basic Buddhist teachings, what is sometimes called as the Sharvakayana and Pratyeka Buddha type level of teachings. And it's not a particular one type of Buddhism, but the complete whole teachings of Buddhism that existed in India came to Tibet, and that's what Tibetan Buddhism is.
That's ne ben ber sangi dembalia kasuraji akarajlawda nyamcharu demba chidar ngadar da chidar sa chombre demba ngadar chidar sa nyamchar chongche 제게 덴베기 저 가수래다 아버지 쇼에 삼네 다가다 덴바 치더기 걸려야 되네 상아디 베 튜몽을 봐 가수 용라세네 냠줄래야지 충분히 말해서 정규
And in Tibet there were early translation and the later translation systems, and because of the different problems and some destructions or some problems within the Buddhist, the spread of Buddhism in Tibet, we have kind of two historical kind of waves of Buddhism. And in the later spread of Buddhism, or what we call sometimes as the later translation, the system was that
later translations and this woman di sarma ni ma chanro temba ngadar sidres la dusan qaris la gon
the later spread the later spread of Buddhism after the kind of destruction of Buddhism earlier, this system had this a way of practicing Vajrayana in a very common and a universal way.
That's it. That good you should say the good you that you were there, the chidder college.
The lineage of Kaju also came within this later spread of Buddhism.
The Kandaryang Jidangi, purely chizu da karshu temba chidari kabliya da karjo takia kombis shombe da chugu tadabe chugu chimbo shisya labdaya de manche karshu da temba chidari kabne karshu utsumbu de chadi yare de de samye nano da shije shana da nyamne de karshu 상으로 지고래 디나네 다다베는지 라멘네 조르스나 잔도 야나지 가르에 단 너는 드리슬람 주면도 다지 토마라 어르다 라마도 로멘 제바사디 개심 시라츠기 알아서 규바강게나
And we have 4 main schools of Buddhism in Tibet, and most of them are actually belonging to the latest spread of Buddhism. And all of them, in all of them, the Guru Yoga, or in another way, the relationship of of teachers and students is considered very important.
다 경상에 드린데 가수지 가수에 디나노리아 좀비 다 가수지 로마 망부지 경왕 가마 부구지 주루바 이 현재보다 송 퇴용의 문제 만용의 지화를 섬통이에요.
I think among you who have gathered here, I feel that there's quite few people who have been able to see.
Many people
Many people who has been able to meet the 16th Karmapa and receive teachings from him.
별이야다 주변구에다 양시 폐브니 문지슈야여디 통마르지 까마비 쇠되버서는 장도 까마비 군진 가서 까마비 규발에 총무지 이래제 딱 아주 실수된대요.
And the system of recognizing tulkus, or the reincarnate lamas, was started by the Karmapas, or it comes from the Karmapas lineage. That's generally known.
대야다 주고 토마르디 용수 잡아디 까마버디 숨바 정중도지 겁리야 정중도지디 까마바 니바 까마버시 연습이야 문진 차번에 송데 안티네 송데 다 용수 차베 주고 문진 차게 로스 충분해.
And especially the third Karmapa, the Rangjung Dorje, when he was recognized by somebody else as the Karmapa, that was the kind of the first time that another Lama, first Tulku, that was recognized in the system of recognition of the Tulkus that's prevalent now.
다디 가르사나 지 라마 코메게 로마 다 라마 코메 제수 주버디수 가서야다 티즈 다 르무 동아스네 장도 대다 제수 집에체도 아니 양결 가서에 디기다 양시스네 장도 다 디주베 양결 페네 라량 라마도 로멘 제바디 무튀니 미지직 마이바 아니 무튀니 드라이어드 비치.
That's because when the Lama dies, he kind of could not give up his students, and to continue this relationship of students and teachers, the Lamas came back as his reincarnations, and to continue that relationship between teachers and students. That's how the system of reincarnate Lamas are happening.
Tiri Dusane, Lama Komegi, Jesu Jube, Lama Tizugi, and Lama Komegi, Zezushu, Zeje, Samar, Muzishu, Komegi, Takandra, Lunda Tumasan Jado, Semi Lunda Tumachi, Muzishu, Tanashi Lama, the Yansi Yang, and Lama Tizugi, Kashue, Loma Teda, Ya Tigi Beji. Gewa jema samarwa da digi samolo tandona be jesu jinje jonga da digi lama da lomen je mixeji da kama bi da chilela tene sena jadu kama bi kubal dile tene chungo imre.
And when a Lama passes away, his students tried to find his reincarnation through a system in many ways. And then this young reincarnate Lama also, continued to treat his students of the past, students of his past life, as his own students, and sometimes their reincarnations also as his students. And so this kind of life after life continuation of teacher and student relationship, that kind of special system is something that is, kind of unique in the Tibetan Buddhism.
No.
This is something that's coming from the lineage of Kamapas. Something unique that is coming from the Kamapas or the Kamapas lineage.
Lewan Samarva, Lewan, Densi, and Java Judube, Yansi, in Beta, Ming Rabjitus Tobre. And she has anticipated the Ming Lenturus Yavi in Dusane, and that Digi Sandy Kurse, and the younger Kashwe, they are young, Yoroli are young, and Yoroli Yaveji, Java Judube, Loma Sore, Danash Java Judubal. Takadar Kama Kashwiji, Guyuda, Lomaso, and Ganjar, Dus Chumde, Kashwit, Jevita, the Kondushu and Singi, Lama the Lomen Javadi, Gumi Javas and Randu, Yana ben Javas Samusha. See Ginchi Pardu Chumitoba, Gawa the Chive Pardu Chumitoba. And
the fact that I have, due to some strong karmic relationship, recognized as the reincarnation of the 16th Kamapa, and because of that, I come here as the Kamapa, and that we have this to look after and to meet the students and the centers of the Kaju or Kamakaju lineage. This is also a sign that there is a very strong and deep continuation of this relationship of teachers and students, which cannot be interrupted by death and birth. So this is something which continues even uninterrupted by even death.
That ring, that Guru Yogas, that interview Lama the Lomen Javati, the Desi Kashmuta, Chenya Rigiduzan, Keshamuyima. That day, Dana Sing did Javasam, the Kandes Judge, Yamne Chayimba. Sadada Kesham Stachadi or something. 다디지 가서 physical 다지 가서 봐 통화에 봐 다가는 신기 기지셔야 예 봐. 기지 통에 내데 다는 physical 근 잡아 잡아야 봐. 다 딩문에 지내기 spiritual 사람 장도 전 담배지 잡아 상무지. 다 가다 시기 다 가다 가서 이제 physical 지부에 통할 많이 봐. 나쌤 그 통할 사람 장도 야나 가서 올라다. 튜닝 되면 잡아 상무지 컨디션 연구를 하사디 계속 시라를 좀
So therefore, this Guru Yoga practice is something that to have this very special and very strong and relationship between teacher and students. It's not just a physical level relationship that the teacher is giving teachings and students listening, but it's something even deeper than that, something very inner spiritual relationship or very inner relationship or very kind of deep relationship which is very kind of intimate and which is not just interrupted by which is not just a physical or thing, but it continues much deeper than that.
드린도 다 들려야 가져야 돼. 라마당 로메기 가져야 제바르지 요하데 주디 다 된다 니기 돌이야. 그럼 제바 요하 차기에는 주디 라메기 투지다 로메기 다 무구
And the relationship between the teacher and students is based on two things, basically. One is the blessings or the kindness of the teacher, and another is the devotion or the openness of the students.
라메 투지스도잖아. 투지스도 가르쳐 버렸으나 다 라메기 닌지야. 라메기 자와서 말이야. 드리지스가 알아.
When you talk about Tugje or the blessings of the Lama, mainly it is the compassion or the affection of the teacher.
지당 아주다 남이 미시나로 자와 망고용도로 배지 밤에 불러 자와다 보다. 안다는 신기지 초부에 자와다. 안지 상상부로 자와사. 자와 망고용이야.
Generally in life we have many different kinds of affections. The affections of our parents to the children, affection of our friends, of our family and things like that. Many different types of affections we have.
Today in Busan today 라메기 로말레야 자와대야 아주도 미진난게 또 자와 서원을 다시 최념의 시두산에 디 개첨시라 차대요.
And this affection of the teacher towards the students is very, very important when we are practicing the Dharma in our life.
이래야다 라메 로말레 자와사대야 직행기 자와서 말하면 자와 가르쳐 가시 로마 가시에게 라메 자와데 직양 가르쳐 따당면 좀 가시에게 가르쳐 직행비 자와서 말하면 나래 아버지도 나래 아버지 신다지리 아버지도 투지 전부 능거도 나는 게 민도사라고 콩라베 최송송 아래 최송 마송사보다 니주고 가르쳐 디스 가르쳐 근데 가르쳐다 때제 직진배 간다 이제 고 가르쳐지 될래야 라메 자와다 따당 나서 용도 봐. 다 된담이야. 라메가 투지함 자와데 아주 컨디션 지슈구레 사데 개침으로 지자데 메로서
And the kindness of the teacher, or the love of the teacher, the affection of the teacher, we have to understand very deeply, because there are many different ways of looking at that. Sometimes, we look at this affection or the love of the teacher just like a worldly love, worldly affection. Then we can feel, this Lama is more loving this person or more affection to this person because he's teaching him and not teaching me, or doing this to that person and not too much to me. These kind of problems can come. So therefore, it is important to understand what the true kind of love and affection or the kindness of the teacher is.
이 자와디 라메가 투지심비다 자와 산마디 조다 르니 가주에다 땅 아주래야 지 가주에 남규 또 동해 사디 남규 동해가 소화자마이 봐 아래 동해 사디 간다르 가주에 가르슬라우다 퀄리티 세나 지금은 다 가르슬라우다디 동해 사디 소화자마이 봐 동해 사디 안에 퀄리티는 괜찮으시네 다 럽시면 승계 정다 간다르 가르쳐 아주 소화 디두기 소화자마이 봐 안에 간다르 동해 사디 배는 나바상기 왜 동해래야 지 직숨 체대요로 저 소화 동해에서도 아주 남기 소화 지 가서 나서다라서 이제 소화 디두 아치 교회 동해에서 주산 다다 대회를 딱 한다 아주 남기 소화 기부도 그래 남기 아주 소화 대대다도 나한테 소화 기부도 된다 소화 동해에서 윤주 때네 캬반 뉴지기 동해에서 하대 다 정신 레다 동해에서 뭐 디 정신함 디기 가르쳐 거라 사변 선한다도 그런게 네처 선한다도 규제럽디 그래 그런 규제 그런 동해에 규제럽 질 좀되어 인상 디 균선 때네 안 그러다 가르쳐 다 동해 그러시 뭐지 드레스운스다네 나도 질러
So, the teacher's affection or the teacher's love is that he sees or understands the suffering of the beings, suffering of the people. And we talk about the suffering, it's not just the sensation of suffering or the pain, it's more than that. That's the first kind of suffering, the feeling of, pain or discomfort and things like that. That's the first kind of suffering. But also when we are not suffering, we are very happy or in a very kind of pleasant state of being. Even then, it's suffering because there is change, and it's continuously, momentarily changing, and that's also suffering. And thirdly, everything there's a seed, or the nature of everything is made of like the causes of disintegration and suffering. So therefore, there's a kind of natural kind of suffering. So these three different kinds of sufferings are being experienced by all the beings.
제가 라면 투지사데 되다디 내고기 가셔야지 말아주 소와 동해 시대장고 체도 말해 다가나 신기 다다데 가르지 초와 대화서만 당아주지 남주지 다베는지 데스 가르 수부 대고 다나지 배저 양부 자르 지지기 가르 내가부에 당원퇴 대화 농원도 사말은 지금은 다 단도나 사제기 대화서는 저거 왔다 간단 남경 아주 대화라 통돼야 되죠 야게 동안 체도에 말해 대 야게 동안 된다 동해 야게 동안 되어 지금 그렇지 다디 가르잖아 디 안다르 동해기 자와서는 장도 다 동해기 가르다 사변 텐저부지 점야什么呢 提前 텔리아提前도 안 간다 공기지 도자와 좀 세. 알아서 로맹원에 비나 되는 신식 간다 뒤인접에 채도 가서 대시외 채도 라메 투지 뒤채도 이 선발을 제다 뒤채도 다 라메 가서 마지 당화 나셔가 되수 이비냐 된제에 다 간다 지 코에 동에서나 다도 동해기 사변 다지 레는 용문 버티소
And then kindness of the teacher is it's not just that to free the students or wishing of the freedom of the students from these gross problems or the pain and the sufferings. It's not only to give them like a happiness or the pleasure or the success or the worldly kind of progress and economic and other progress and things like that also, because these things maybe temporarily seems like something happiness or the pleasure, but eventually it is also a source or it's suffering, it turns into suffering. So therefore when teachers, the true kindness or the teachers really, what they really wish for the students is to go to the root cause or the seed of these sufferings, and that he wishes to really uproot the complete the cause and the seed of these sufferings, which is the klesha and the ignorance. And that's what teachers, kind of aspiration or the intention is. And that's what the students also should know, that when you receive instructions and teachings from the guidance from the teacher, what he is mainly focusing on is for that how to kind of uproot and cut the root of the causes of the sufferings, and that's how we should see.
And the 로맹원에 무구사들이야 또 무구사들 전다데 니야래 지기 가수지 the longing 되지 야바 되다 직체 지기 and the respect 되지 다 그거사 respect 되지 당도라마 그거 민주주의.
Then the devotion from the side of the students is also kind of two things. One is the longing, and another is like respect.
Two meaning.
Two meanings. Yeah. It has two meanings. One is the longing, and another is true kind of respect.
제자들 지 라마 세주산에 지 소소하게 inspiring somewhere 지 간다 지 미상부스나 장도 딱 간다 지 소소문에 전에 지 라마티 지 가서다 inspiring somewhere 다 늘지 라마스 늘지 고거다 연대 수술에 연대 개발도 봐봐 라메 다나 신기 다 수수 이 초과 늘지기 연대는 데에 가사를 늘지 고거 알아 다 늘지 왜 인주산에 다 되게 연대 되게 이 초. 연대 디스두산 다가 지 카도 수제바당 카도 릭바당 되게 좀 임체 조디디 연대디 치 피지컬 연대 많이 봐 난기 연대 상배 연대 상마르다지 니지다 진짜 삼동바 조디시
And the devotion from the students is, as we said, talked about the two things or the two meanings. And then when you have a teacher, kind of qualified teacher, he has to be inspiring. When you say inspiring, it means that this teacher has certain qualities or better qualities than yourself, which can actually inspire you, which you see, and then it kind of steals your heart, that you have to, you wish to kind of follow that or get inspired by those qualities. And these qualities are not about the physical qualities. He's beautiful or he's, charismatic, not that kind of qualities, but inner qualities.
like loving kindness
Loving kindness and things like that.
다 내인데 디 연대 위 잡아 인주산에 다 늘지 연대지 주야가 쳐도 아니 지 수수에게 지 그바치에 사는다도 당화 첨부 다 아니 지 가서 dedicated 디초래야 dedicated 쳐고 되지 그래.
So because you are inspired by those qualities, so therefore you want to aspire to actually possess or develop those qualities in yourself too.
근데 인주산 라마는 그베사야 돼. 라마를 집에 때바도 인지고 당하셔봐. 야나지 라마텔이야 가서도 지 90도 있어마라. 프로토콜 가르데 90도 있어. 다 마치 지게도 지 베벨로스 90도 지도 렘버샤. 양 베바도 지게로스 지도 렘버샤면다. 다 대주 지보 말해. 대주님 집 셰비네. 전도 지다데데 그바도 전다데 쳐가 말아. 저디 전도 라메기 연된데 지점식이 로마틱이 심규리야 렌투바 심규레 지가르 냠스 렌투바 지점식 제 냠스 렌투바네 디지지가 다 무규 체마지 사네 진짜 샤과야是마도 아 내가 physical 톤에 무규 체마지 셔도 가합시다.
So the devotion is, and the second part, which is the respect, is also this, that this teacher's kind of qualities, the inner qualities that I would like to, develop within myself, or I would like to integrate with myself. And with that kind of understanding, then a natural, strong respect or devotion or aspiration arises in you. That's what we call the devotion or aspiration. It's not that, saying good things about the teacher or just showing outside respect, because the different cultures have different ways of showing respect. The Tibetan way is something different from the Western way, and that Westerners trying to do the Tibetan way doesn't really suit very much also. And then Tibetans doing the Western way also is a little bit strange. So it's not about those outer things. It's more that inner thing, that what the great qualities that teacher has, that those positive qualities I really wish to inherit in myself, and that kind of the strong,
Oh yeah. How much you can absorb?
How much you can
Absorb
those qualities in yourself. And that's where the devotion, how much devotion you have is understood.
And then you sanda ji gayu gi nalo le ya ji karshwe keji ju karshe zge warsana ji lama le ya ji gyubar dem basana da do tuji de chilabiya ba ta de ya ji lama gayu de gyubar de sanglo karshwe ji ta kandara karshwe ji 니지 첨부당 애니 시럽 첨부라베 로 장네 다 대양베지 라마 고마 고메 다 오마오마리야 제제비 다 간다라 지 종다르 세나다도 로종 세나다도 다디 마노르와지 애니지 파르마시부도 규바 파르마시부도 규바 제야레 드린주산 디준젤 데네 다 도지실업 라고지 딱 수수 가사라서 라마라 수수기 냠스 렌뉴에 있는 데르시아라서 어디 돌아야지 로맹외네나 대대신도 다 간다지 냠스 렌도 다 간다지 제로 투지당 라메 투지다 로메 무기사데 그 유치 냠는 시주산다 개시슈르 시사디 이제 삼창이
So that's why the lineage in the Kaju system is this, that the teacher tries to pass on, first train himself in the wisdom and compassion, and through that develop the qualities of the teacher within himself, and then the student also try to inherit that and become possessed of those qualities within yourself. And that's what we call receiving the blessings, receiving the lineage, and receiving the teacher's kind of the kindness and blessings. So therefore that the training of that is the system of the Kaju lineage, and that's what we try to work on, and that is what I understand as the main relationship of student and teacher.
제자나 칠읍사야되네. 근데 두다 찍으름 제샤. 칠읍사야되.
Blessing is just that to me. That is what I understand by blessing.
Pena blessings labdusane. pen namgyu ngaju di chosine blessings ade ji karwe ta thonga mebro ji samarbe ta ji thongyur ji shame de ji ta ji ya ji zhegyur ji yue de ba so ta ji kenzar jo ta ji le ya pena ngaju bu chujur ji yue bi na ta di phame za le ya yue bi na ani ji phame ti li yue ba de yue bi mi na 부디지 가서 수수 데스 가서다 수수를 지금 관계비에 그러지 나 야나지 수수 송신 교비에 지금 천안으로지 용어로 왔다 갔다 했으면 데스 가서야 되지 배 신장 천안으로지 물어봐 다데 오늘 질럽지 인기에서 질럽 통화하는 여말 왔다 통화하는 여말도 이미네 디기 그러다 atmosphere에서 나가도 디 커넥션으로 디기 가다 지부들이야 소남 미세로 지니가 대화는 시 빼는 나랑 그 미지나로다 팀하고 총사다 삼삼 지 미지나로라 강해를 잡는 체유 뉴스잖아요 기부 담바 라마 같이 진짜 제가 그거 총배 걸려야 당부 제가 루드산에 셈리아다 간다지 가서 남도 망보시지 다나시 셈도 동해로 망보 이해해 버지 제 기부 담바 라마 디군디 자네 수로 연주사네 안 당기 나라기 지 가서 동해다 남도 어디서 그 랑기 랑게 봐 시네 and just send this ruler charge. Gimzen the Yamada, Susu Chedin, and the Bezuke Chayamada, ranking Angi, Tahadaji, Gibutamba to the Tebeki, Dobson and round, Tinyelen, Denche, Sem Shidi on the edge. On the Industana. She lives at the Dodor, Dish, the Yamada in Yimbina, Kandara Lamatelia, but Nijabina, Titogi, Lomatea. Kali Niji and Guntarch. Then this is Chumimina, tell a Niji Sermada, she lives there, Dodo Bajaji, Zavane, you get some tournament to the machine, Alan the Mesh, Sindaya, Kashan, Yuena, Kasha,
So this blessing, when you say blessing, it's something that you cannot see, there's nothing to be seen, but something that to be received. That's what I feel. And I sometimes feel that, when they are the children and their parents, the parents are with the children. Although the parents don't do anything, but the children feel that they are being under protection and they feel certain kind of confidence and certain kind of protection. I feel that that is also a kind of blessing. So when you receive blessing from the teacher or from a lama, this is something which actually happens in my life also. Like I have sometimes difficulties, a little bit disturbed state of mind and lots of things going on in my mind. And then I go to see one of the lamas or the teachers. And then after discussing things with him or just being with him for a while, then without doing anything special about those things, when I come back, then my mind is, peaceful, and all those disturbances of my mind and all these things just get specified, and I feel very good and relieved and in peace. I feel that is blessing. And this kind of blessing is in a way when a lama has lots of compassion and kindness and all these kind of positive qualities, then somehow the people the students slowly, step by step, also in a way absorb those qualities in yourselves. And that is what I feel is blessing. I don't know any other blessing than that. That, I think, is my blessing. If somebody else has something else, which is called blessing, that you can just, as some object, something that you can actually give somebody, then I don't know about it.
Benata Tinsang as materialism, some of the Shuchamber Richarding Yavins, Migangalji goes to the Lamsanji, Lamsa Tatoya, Lamsanji Katre. Dodor Yokonan Shah, there, Mangustai only, Chesang Azul, the passions and Antando. Nanguj with the Yamar, Susan the Mavche. Inang Azuchi Church lives at the Kondishuvanesi, Dodo Jijaji Yomarla, Lamsan the Yoasade, Kalahostam, Kalasang Azugi, material Tolia, Zikare. Chedano, Samadondano, the Lado Lendano, the energy, Nangi Yamlentolia, then as something data, Giamarva, the Jordan Caro. They use Dane, the use a dene, or to zoo, some suggestion of Gorsigre, Bena, Cashelia, Bena, Tadalamsa, Bena, Talodro, Losunging Elia, Lamerje, Mrs. Hoskayam. Jijan did use a Gibustation human. In a Losung Vijay, Losum Shinga Jelia, and Mizay and the recalling the charge. And the Tony Uncle, Mrs. Sonar, Yosif, the Yoruba, and the use Donna Mazukanda, Turim Yusaji Nalolea, Shingwe Tolebe, English Shuda Chuse. And some of the Ristamine, Tig Tolea, Dub Devota, Lea Labotan, the Nicaragua. The statue chamber that the day some time, the Nangan Yamlet Chevicovia, the day. samdana Quran Jordan music
In this 25th century, we have become very materialistic. So therefore, we sometimes, regard this blessing also something like a material thing, that I want it, and then the teacher gives it, and then now I've got it. And something like that. This is not the way, It's not something, the blessing is not something that you kind of just give it, and then you get it, and then it's finished. It's not something like that. It's a kind of a long-term thing. It's an influence which kind of slowly builds up. Maybe you have met a Lama and received teachings. 3 years, and then for a long time there's nothing, you don't have anything special, you don't think it was anything special. But maybe after 3 years, then you recall back that meeting or the teaching of the Lama, and then you feel that something happened that time. So these kind of things, it sometimes takes time. It's not the material way of doing things. We have this very strong material kind of mentality. So we think that Dharma practice also is done in that way, that you just give something or receive something or just done like that. It's not that way. The Dharma practice and then the material way of giving and taking is not the same system. It's totally different one. Because sometimes we don't have too much patience. We just want it now, and then you just go and get it from the Lama, and Lama just give it. It's not that way. It doesn't happen in that way. It has to be something that has to be slowly cultivated and happens in like slowly absorbing those qualities within yourself.
Okay. Da ba ji ne ji ji mi da. Da shi da sha ji guru yoga shi le bi san chang sa jo yoga shi le bi san na sa ritual de bu chi. Ya na ji ka bi ji che gwa na lu sha de. Da che sa yoga sa de de me ba ta kan da ne ju ram da nyam su le ya. Da kan da ji sim gyu ton nyam su le ya ri je sha. Da de ne ri je do sha yin. Da ba ji de ne ji sam sha na ba ji de me do sam chang ye. Ane baji tuju tine jimita. Ane kashwe. Oya ta tuju.
And Guru Yoga, is when you say yoga, sometimes you feel that there's something, a ritual, something that is to be done. I think it's not like that. It is this kind of understanding and practice within. That is the real kind of essence of the Guru Yoga. I feel that that's the essence of it. Maybe there's nothing much more to say about this. So I think I will just stop here about Guru Yoga.
And then you that didn't de pinye ya chang lo ta ren bu ni ang bu ji ta ren bu ni yong. And mi se da ka shue. Gang ye mang bu jue ji de pe ya re.
And all of you have come from very far away places, and you have endured lots of hardships and difficulties for coming here and being here also. So I'm very happy that all of you could come here and I could meet you.
Dana shim arande yoro riwade ta dana shuna shire. Ting wang bu ka shu ji nga zu be zu ru che. Da ngo su ji be zu che da ting xi ru che de. Da de ri ting xi ba de de. Ting xi ba di to le ya. Da dang bu ting dang bu be zu che be ge le ya. Nga zu ji ge ge ma zi je le ya zhuo tu ya. Den zhe be zu ru che de. Da de ma zhong re. Da di je le ya yang ga ji ge ge ni Tinjali yang draki bezu chebre. De ma zhong de. Ya de ji lang azu Germany jibo liang dra bezu ji chebre. De ma zhong de. Da dari di tin shi ba de ya bezu ji che cha che da. Yine da rawar da me dang bu ne. 아다바지 가서다 밀럼을 당나마도 시다 용서만 소소르지 다이네 그런 것도 저도 정말 제상 가서다지 나라는 처음 이미네 아다디 지 가와 두마 제네 정말보다 가와 두마 제네 단 두버르지들이 재미 인주사네 안다디지 미세 현담들의 좀 전화를 정도 대인주산디 강아주 체도 나랑 기타리 되다니 주투버디 나라에 가보시다총.
And from my side also, I've tried a long time and many times with difficulties to come here. We actually made 4 attempts to come to Europe. The first time we made an
officially 4 times.
Officially 4 times. First time we made the attempt to go to various countries of Europe, and that didn't happen. Then second time we tried to go to 2 countries, and that also didn't happen. And third time we tried to go to only Germany, and that also didn't happen. And then when we made this 4th attempt, I didn't even expect it to happen. It was a little bit like a dream. But now that finally it could happen, and I'm here, and I'm really very happy and very grateful about that. And as I said before, so it is something which is a result of lots of efforts and difficulties. So I feel it is a very special thing and something which is very important for me, and so I'm very, very grateful and happy about that.
Thank you. Thank you. 혼자 숨기야 어미뮤리 지리 모름 수이 나와르체 금숨매오 동해 예슬 수이 시월르 제첸 케야 투도체 나모 부다이